And welcome to 520 Sports Talk. We are at our show in the patio to the rear of Johnny Gibson's Downtown Market and High Wire Lounge. This is our monthly show under the stars, although it's still kind of light outside. But as the summer gets closer, our show under the stars will probably be our show under the sunset from here on out, at least till the fall. But we're glad you're with us tonight. We've got a great show with the Flowing Wells Little League team. We have softball girls and we have baseball guys, so it's going to be a good mixture. We're going to ask them all kinds of different questions. There's no telling what's going to come out of their mouths, so buckle up and stay tuned. It should be great. I want to thank our sponsors, Johnny Gibson's Downtown Market on the corner of 6th and Broadway, 6th and Congress, however you want to look at it. One way, street goes one way west and the other way east, but we're here in the patio. This is a great place. I mean, I had some Chinese food here today that was really good. You had a chicken sandwich that was off the hook. Really, really good food. They got burgers. They got hot sandwiches, cold sandwiches, ready-to-eat food. It's a market, so I mean, there's dozens and dozens of things to drink, from milk and juice and different color water and soda, and then High Wire Lounge, our other sponsor, takes care of the adult side with the adult drinks. So we really appreciate their patronage. Sparkle Cleaners, 11 convenient locations around the Tucson metro area to serve you. They're now offering home and business pickup of your dry cleaning and laundry. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that. Call them up, go on the website, sparklecleaners.com, set an appointment up for them to come pick it up in their van, and they will return it nice and clean, nice and pressed. It doesn't get any easier than that. So if you don't do that, there's something wrong. Check out Sparkle Cleaners at sparklecleaners.com. Frog and Firkin, located in the middle of University Main Gate Square at Tyndall and University. Something is always going on at the Frog, whether it's our show, there's karaoke, there's trivia, there's live music, obviously sports 7 days a week, day and night. Voted by the Arizona Daily Star as the best pizza in town, the best outside dining, and the best family-owned restaurant. So definitely check out Frog and Firkin. Vibe Energy Bars, the all-natural and sweetened with agave, so nothing artificial in there. The better alternative and safe alternative to energy products. Go to vibeinfusion.com. When we're out east with our east side schools and our Vail schools, we go to Wings Over Broadway, Camino Seco and Broadway. The best wings in Tucson that stay crispy from start to finish. Great burgers and pizza with sports all day and all night. When we're up in the north part of town, we were there last week a couple of times. Bianchi's, a Tangerine just east of Thornydale, right behind the McDonald's. 2 locations. The other location is the Speedway and Silverbell location that's been in service since about 1975. Great Italian food, so go check out Bianchi's either location. Micha's Mexican Food, we will be down there this pretty soon, either next week or the week after. I believe we're going to have the Tucson Youth Football team down there. Micha's is great food. We're glad they're back in business. Last April, about a year ago, they had a fire that closed the business for about 6 or 8 months, but they've been back up since December, and it's worth the trip to go down to South Tucson to eat at Micha's at 39th and 4th Avenue. Arizona Landscaping, Native Landscaping, design, installation, and maintenance. Arizona nativelandscaping.com, or check them out on their Facebook page at Arizona Native Landscaping. Catalina Auto Recycling, why buy new when used will do? For all your automotive parts needs, go to CatalinaAutoRecycling.com. I know I've got a few parts on my vehicle that came from there, and the thing runs tip-top shape, so check them out. Arizona Lending Specialist, call Mo the Mortgage Lady at 520-510-6698 for the lowest mortgage rates in town. She's going to beat the Novas and the Sun Street, so if you've purchased a house or you're looking for a mortgage or a second mortgage, definitely check out Arizona Lending Specialist. Jim Miller State Farm up where I live in Marana, located at Wade and Silverbell in the Continental Ranch area. He's your one-stop shop for life insurance, home insurance, renters, and auto insurance. Look for the red VW outside of his office and go bug him for a quote. Tuller Trophy, 2 locations in Tucson. The original one at 6th Street and 6th Avenue, and also 5700 block of East 22nd Street. Tucson's original trophy and award center. Go to TullerTrophy.com. Chiba Hut, located at 1840 East 6th Street across from Arizona Stadium. Best toasted sandwiches around. Nothing is fried but the occasional customer. And you go in there and you'll find out what I mean. First Heritage Realty, the A to B team with Brittany Palma, looking for a house, condo, townhouse, or just land. Call her at 520-270-7958 and move the healthy way. Oasis Air Conditioning and Heating, make sure your units are in tip-top shape. You kind of got the in-between weather right now. It's not too hot, but it's certainly not cold anymore. So you want to get those air conditioning swamp coolers cranked up so they're going to be in tip-top shape, because in about 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to definitely need it. So call David Muriette at 520-648-1755. New Stitch Embroidery, located just north of Pueblo High School, 3114 South 12th Avenue, for all your silk screening, embroidery, and fabric laser printing. They got this really cool machine. It's a laser printer, but it's made for clothing. So they do a bunch of our shirts. Actually, I'm going to pick up some shirts at the end of this week for our summertime months. They're going to be a little cooler than the ones we got now. Call 520-741-1070. Simply Noted is mixing modern marketing technology with old school personal touch. Expand your business footprint today by going to simplynotedllc.com. This is owned by former Wildcat football star Ricky Elmore. You guys probably remember him in the mid-2000s, played for on Stoops' teams. He's the owner of the company. He's a great guy, good friend of ours, and we're glad to help him out. Tucson Speedway, located on Houghton Road. Now that the Pima County Fair is over, a lot less congestion down there. Go check it out on a weekend. This is a great place to go to take the family. There's different races, trucks, cars, midgets. There's just anything for everybody. Later on in the racing season, they're going to have a 520 Sports Talk NASCAR race, so we're really happy about that. We'll give you more information as time grows nearer. So we want to thank our sponsors very much, because obviously without them, we would not have a show. So, coaches, welcome to the show. Glad to have you. I've been looking forward to the show ever since I saw the kid with the red beard, and I want to find out about that a little bit more. So we'll start with you. Just give us your name, what year you are in school. No, that's a minute later. Give us your name and what your role in the coaching is.
I'm Jeremy Pereira. I'm the manager for Coach Pitch for Flowing Wells. Been doing this now for my second year.
Terry, I'm Jeremy's assistant, his lackey, and pick up his slack.
All right, good deal. Everybody needs one of those, right, Jeremy?
I'm Nate Scholler. I've been with Flowing Wells since 2015, and then this year I'm actually venturing into baseball and softball, so it's my first year doing both.
That's interesting. We'll get back with you on that one. And now the man, the myth, the legend.
I'm John Aguilar, and I'm the VP of softball, and I do a AAA team, help out with the AA team, help out wherever I can.
All right, great. So tell us a little bit about the Little League. You hear so much now about club teams and everything like that, which, I mean, everything has its place in the sports world, but one thing I like about Little League the club doesn't offer is that's a big break in the price. Club teams, for the most part, are very, very expensive to play on. And some people can swing and some people can't, but it should not affect the ability of a child to play a sport, especially one that they love in baseball. Baseball was my first sport. I was a Little Leaguer over at Frontier Little League. We played at Fort Lowell Park. I grew up in the TMC area. So, John, talk to us a little bit about how parents can get involved with the Flowing Wells Little League.
Definitely. So, yeah, for us, I feel like right now it's a great what you get for what you pay is a really good deal. You get a minimum of 12 games. Most of the time it's more like 14, 15 games for a very small price. And like you said, it's a lot cheaper than club. And we also don't turn any kids away. We work with them if they can't afford it or whatever. We work with them. We don't turn any kids away. That's one of our things. We count on sponsors and all that to help us out if we're but we make sure that every kid's covered. If they want to play, they come to our league.
No, that's a good point. And if there's any businesses out there in the Flowing Wells area, or even up like towards Marana, like where I live, Ina Road Bridge is open now. So all you businesses that were hurting during that whole 3-year construction nonsense, give us a call. Give Flowing Wells a call. We'd love to advertise for you and get the people coming back to the Ina Road area. So let's talk about the season. I mean, your registration, I believe, is still going on. Give the viewers a little bit of information on the registration, how to go about it, and if they're interested.
All right, yeah, so it's closed right now. We're about halfway through the season, but it opens again at the end of the season in May. So it'll open up again, so look out for that. FWCLL.com is where you're going to be able to register. FWCLL.com, and I can post that in the comments later on. Put my plug in there if Bill lets me.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Not a problem at all. Once again, we are at Johnny Gibson's downtown market under the stars. Starting to get dark now. For those of you that may be new, this is the first time we've had Flowing Wells on the show, so if you're a Flowing Wells fan from Flowing Wells Nation, we have a very interactive show. It's on Facebook. There's a comment bar. You can type questions to me, the coaches, the players. You can make comments saying hi to your grandkids or next door neighbor or whoever. Or if you're a child watching it, you can send emojis across the screen just by pushing the smiley face and the heart. I don't want any frowny faces or anything like that, okay? So that's how the show works, and we're really, really glad to have you guys here. Talk to us a little bit about, let's go softball side first. Softball, there's a wealth of talent in softball in Southern Arizona. Just to let you know, I know the viewers know, 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, and 5A last year in high school were all the 520 area code. So it was Superior, Benson, Sarita, South Point, and Cienega. 6A was the only Phoenix team that won a state championship last year. What do you think contributes to such a wealth of talent and just participation in softball down here in Southeast Arizona?
You know, I think one of the things that sometimes people don't realize is I feel like, fundamentals is where it starts. And I feel like sometimes people don't realize a lot of these kids that play in club started in Little League. And I'm all for club. I love club. I go to club tournaments and watch club. My cousins play club ball. I have lots of friends play club ball. But it all starts with fundamentals, and that usually starts in the Little League. If you look at the amount of kids right now in the AAA division and AA, just in District 5, that's not District 12, so that's a little portion of Tucson. There's 24 minors teams, softball, 24. And so, that's a lot of kids. That's over, say 12 kids per team. You can do the math. Well, that's around 250 or more kids that are learning their fundamentals in Little League. So club's great. Like I said, I have nothing against club. But I think where most of the kids end up learning their fundamentals, and so I think it's a big attribute to Little League as a whole of the good job that I think all the Little Leagues are doing as far as teaching these kids the fundamentals.
That's the way to go. I mean, when they're 8, 7, 8, 9 years old, wins and losses they don't matter. It's like getting the kids ready. I want to talk to you because you're softball and baseball.
Well, I think a big influence has to do with what Coach Candrea has done here at the U of A with the Wildcat teams. He's had a great record of success here, and all these kids that have grown up watching the University of Arizona softball, they've been watching that, and I think it wants to get those kids involved a little more, and they can picture themselves playing for Coach Candrea someday.
That's true, too. And Coach Candrea has a camp, so
yeah.
That even makes it better. Just want to give a quick little plug. I normally have a 520 Sports Talk shirt on, but I was kind of in a rush today, so I'm representing Pima Aztecs. Now, their softball team is going to play Yavapai tomorrow. We gotta root for the Aztecs, gotta root for all the girls that go out there and just lay it on the line. They need to win this game to make the junior college playoffs. Becky Quiroz has done a great job. Jen Martinez, all the coaching staff has done a great job with Pima this year. So definitely check it out. Pima Aztecs tomorrow versus Yavapai up in Prescott. In fact, the Lozanillas are on their way right now with Kika, and I hope they're watching the show. Maybe they can get it. But I want to shout out to Jesus and Didi and Kika. Safe trip up to Prescott, and just go kick some ass, okay? All right, baseball guys. I love Little League baseball. I mean, they didn't have T-ball when I was playing baseball, but we also had to worry about like pterodactyls and dinosaurs, and the Cowboys and Indians were still fighting in the back of Old Fort Lowell back then. But anyways, talk to us a little bit about the baseball side. I know a lot of kids nowadays, they want to play basketball, they want to play football, and baseball's kind of seen a little bit of a decline in participation in the youth, at least in the United States. Now, in your Latin American countries, that's their ticket off the islands and into the United States. They want they want to play in the major leagues. And if you look at the major leagues, it's full of Latin American players that are very, very good. In fact, I would say the best players in the world are from Latin America. So talk to us a little bit about that.
So the reason I got involved is because my son's on the team, and so
Great reason.
Yeah, it's a great reason. It's awesome. And Jeremy, I think we talked about this. I stopped playing baseball when I was probably like 10 or 11, but the memories I have are playing wiffle ball with my dad in the backyard, and now I get to do that with my son. And I mean, I didn't think the boy could hit a ball to save his life before the season started, but simply getting out there and playing some wiffle ball. And then the other thing too that I think is important, around the fundamentals and the basic experience, is just being able to get bruised up and get dinged up a little bit and
Get dirty.
Yeah, get dirty. Exactly. And like, he's coming home, he's got bruises all over him. He took a ball in the face this past weekend. And just build some character and just and then have fun and then he looks like Tom Berenger from Major League. And turns the bath into a hot tub. We ice him down. It's great. So yeah.
And parents worry about the TYF kids getting concussions.
My major thing is I started doing T-ball with my son. There wasn't a lot of participation by the other parents, and so I kind of felt that I had a duty to my child to do that. Then I made a lot of good friends with the kids, and now they're on other teams, and I see them and I can go talk to them, how you're doing. Those are things that I remember as a kid too, regardless of what sport I was playing. I still remember certain people, and I grew up in a small town called San Manuel, and we were tri-community. We were San Manuel, Oracle, Mammoth.
Sure.
And in our time, we had 7 Little League teams playing against each other. So, but we all did different. Every year we had to play a different sport, because we didn't have enough people to make a roster if one just played baseball all year long. So it's kind of different for me to see baseball year-round in Tucson, but at the same time, it's nice because if your kids really enjoy it, it's not a contact sport. I was a football guy. To this day, I don't know that I want my son playing football because of the head concussions. So now him playing baseball, that might be more of a benefit. And
there's actually more concussions in soccer. The university, and soccer is a women's sport at U of A. It's a Title IX sport. They had more concussions than football did last year. Interesting. It's kind of neat. We love San Manuel here on 520 Sports Talk. I've had the high school on a couple of times. 3 times. I've had the girls volleyball team on, and I've had the basketball kids on twice. And they're great kids. It's a great tight-knit community up there. They always send me scores. I put it up on the page, and they're very active up there in athletics, and they love my show, which makes me feel well. So yeah, San Manuel is they're in our hearts right here, man. I like.
Well, and that's where I'm kind of getting at too. Is Flowing Wells is kind of a tight knit community.
Yes, it is.
So, what's crazy is I have guys that I run into, and now their sons are playing Little League, and it's like, man, remember when we were playing out there, And it's just kind of an awesome feeling because your kids are never going to forget that. They're going to look at pictures and go, yeah, I remember that. So
I'll tell you an interesting story. If you guys follow baseball, you know who I'm talking about. There's 3 guys on the planet that can say they played in the Little League World Series, won a national championship in college, and won a Major League World Series. One of them, his name is Ed Vosberg. He's a local hero. We played Little League at the same time. He played for Cactus. I played for Frontier. We both made All-Stars. I could never hit the guy. He struck me out every single time. Just made me look silly. But Ed's a big fan of the show. I've actually had him as a co-host. Very, very important. He really, really supports Little League and youth sports, and that's the way it should be. When you're in Little League, when you're this age, it's all about having fun and learning. It's like I think sometimes the parents, and not all parents, but some of the parents put too much pressure on the kids, and they kind of want to live vicariously through their kids. Instead of letting the kid be a kid and having fun. My dad was a baseball player at Tucson High, but he told me, he's like, whatever you want to play, just make sure you enjoy it. I don't want you to come home and say, man, I hate being on this team. I don't like this. Because that defeats the whole purpose of athletics. And that's what's nice to see these kids. You go out to a Little League field or a softball field, and you see the smiles on their faces and stuff. That just makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, it's easy as a parent when you're watching your kids play Little League. It's easy to think you're thinking ahead. You're thinking of high school. You're thinking of college. You know, at this point, it's real important to find like a balance between showing them the fundamentals and having fun as a kid. And a lot of times as a parent, you kind of lose focus. So they're still a kid. You know, you got to let them have fun and just enjoy the moment of playing in Little League.
Yeah, it's like you had your day in the sun. You know.
Exactly.
So, no, I appreciate that. So, tell us a little bit about you're in the season right now playing. Tell us a little bit about that, when it's going to wrap up, and then when the new season's going to start.
Yeah, so it's going real good. We're gearing up for All-Stars again, which is kind of, gives them that club feel for the ones that want to play. They have to commit to it, first of all, and it gives them more of that club feel, the tournament type play for the ones that want to continue playing. So I think that's going to be announced June 1st is the date where we announce the All-Stars. And then registration will start for the fall season. So it kind of is year-round. I'm big on what you say, play different sports.
Oh, yeah,
I think my daughter's hopefully going to play volleyball. I'm trying to convince her to play volleyball or something else, whatever she wants to, but I think she's leaning towards volleyball during the summer, and it'll be indoor, so that'll be nice.
Right. No, it all comes down to muscle fatigue. I mean, if you read any type of sports medicine journals or talk to orthopedic surgeons or physical therapists, it's like they want kids to play other sports. When we were in school, we went from football to basketball to baseball or wrestling or track or something like that. We always used every muscle in our body over the course of the year, and nothing against club, but it's like if you're playing the same sport 365 days a year, you're overworking your muscles. So if you don't want to play another sport, then at least give your body that chance to rest. So that's a big thing, because they're finding a lot of kids nowadays are getting injuries that our generation didn't have. Tommy John surgery on a 9-year-old because he wants to throw a curveball, just incredible. So you had something?
And that's what I'm kind of getting at. It's a safety for our kids. I mean, they shouldn't be pitching all year long, and I mean that's the reason we have rules now. And so I kind of look at some of that, and it's like, take a couple of months off and go do something else. Let them kind of, and that's the thing too, is you're going to build more camaraderie with other people, and then on the next year that it comes around, hey, that guy that you played basketball or that guy you played football with is now on your baseball team. So
right, exactly. I mean, when I was in high school, my dad introduced me to a sport called racquetball, and I'm like, wow, this is kind of weird. And then, after I played it a couple times, after an hour and you're wringing your shirt out because you sweat so much, I'm like, the footwork in racquetball, the lateral side-to-side move, helped me so much in basketball. It was incredible. And it's just, each sport, like you said, each sport's going to help the other sport. If you play football, it's going to help you in baseball. If you play baseball, it's going to help you in football. It's just, it goes hand in hand. Not to mention, you made a great point. You're going to learn. You're going to get new friends on each team, and then sooner or later, it's going to come full circle. And like, hey, I played basketball with you last year. Hey, you're on my baseball team. That's cool. I already know you. And so there's a lot of lessons in life, and we all know this. There's a lot of lessons in life that athletics brings out. Camaraderie, consistency, time management responsibility, where you're trying to juggle your schoolwork and your sports. And just being consistent and just, those are all attributes you need to use as an adult. So school is very, very important, but sports is very important, I think, as well, as far as developing not only social skills, but just different kinds of responsibilities. What would you say about that?
Yeah, actually, so one of the things it's been awesome to work with kids on teamwork. And I know it sounds a little cliche, but like my son and every player on the team comes up to me and goes, I want to play first base and I want to play pitcher. And it's like, dude, you got to go where the team needs you. The first thing you're learning as a 6-year-old or a 5-year-old, I don't care if you can catch, I don't care if you can hit, I don't care if you can throw, all that stuff's going to come. The first thing you need to learn is your first statement to your coach is, where do you need me? And I see that too. Like, I don't care if my son stops playing baseball tomorrow. Like, I think he's going to realize, wait, what do I do for my community? What does my community need from me?
Exactly. And getting back to the small town, or the tight-knit group, the Flowing Wells, the Salmon Well, the Bensons and stuff like that, there's not a lot of things to do in those communities. And when people work hard, whether it's a mining community or Benson, it's like, ranching and farming and stuff. It's like, when I was in high school, it was very intimidating. Even though I went to school in Tucson, I went to a very small school, so all of our away games were out of town. Very intimidating to go to Benson, to go to San Manuel, to go to Valley Union, to go to Fort Thomas, and you see these pickup trucks, lined up around the end zones and stuff, people just sitting on there, and you're a 15, 16-year-old kid, and you're like, oh my God, but that's what's neat about those small communities is that's the only game in town, and Benson, 55,000 people, there's probably 5,000-6,000 people at the game, or being able to watch it. It's great. Tucson, Phoenix, there's so much other things going on, whether it's high school or the U of A or ASU or up in Phoenix, you got the pro teams. It's that, you kind of just pick and choose. But the small communities, the tightly knit communities, Tucson Mountain Little League, your Little League, there's a lot of good support from not only parents, but families. Hey, my aunt and uncle came out, or my 3 cousins came out and watched me play and stuff. So that's really neat.
One thing I was going to mention too is on our team we do ask for the grades. We ask to bring the report card if they want to. At this point, I recommend it. I don't force them, but at this point we ask them to bring their grades, and I let them know this year. And Nate was like, oh, I like that, and I said, and his daughter actually asked, why do you want my grades? And I said, it's not to embarrass you. It's not to embarrass anybody or anything.
No.
It's just to show you that you have to have the grades if you want to continue playing at the next levels.
Right, and kids sometimes, at this age, it's not something that they're thinking about college ball or anything like that. But I tell the kids, and I'll tell the kids the same thing on this show, is getting good grades is not to stay eligible.
Right.
Getting good grades is to learn. Elementary prepares you for middle school prepares you for high school prepares you for college prepares you for life. So it's all a matter, if you get good grades, you don't have to worry about being eligible. You're not like, oh shoot, I got to pass this English test or I can't play next week. Colleges aren't even going to look at you. I don't care what kind of talent you have. They're not going to spend a $100,000 scholarship on a fringe athlete that they have to worry about eligibility on. So that's a good point, and we definitely are going to bring that up with the kids. So I think we are ready for the kids. We want to appreciate you guys coming down. Thank you, coaches.
Absolutely.
Thanks for laying the foundation. So now that the floor is poured, we'll let the kids build the house. Okay, so while we're changing up to get the kids here, just a couple of notes. Tomorrow and Friday, I will be up in Phoenix covering the state AIA softball playoffs. Now tomorrow I'm going to be at Perry High School over in the Chandler Gilbert area, covering the Tucson High Badger team. And we were originally going to have the Badgers on our show tomorrow, but since they're playing, we will reschedule them for a later date, and that show will be at Frog and Firkin, so you'll definitely want to check that out. On Friday, the darlings of 520 Sports Talk, the Benson Bobcats, we will be up in Phoenix at the Rose Mofford Sports Complex to check out the Benson team going for a three-peat. They've won the state tournament in 2017, 2018, and they're going to go for a three-peat, which is a very, very difficult feat. But they've got one of the best pitchers in the state in Katie Sherman. If you do not know about Katie Sherman because she's in Benson in the smaller community, check out the 520 Sports Talk page on Facebook. I have an exclusive interview with her that I did last week in Benson, and she's a fabulous athlete, a great girl. Her parents are great, and she really represents the town of Benson and Benson Union High School. Hi, girls. How are you? And guys? All right. So go ahead and sit down, sweetie. All right. So this mic will be for you guys, you two, and you three, and then you three take that mic, okay? So we'll start with you. And this guy, if you saw the promo to the show, this is my friend. How old are you?
9.
He's 9, but he has a full beard. So he's been shaving since he was about 3. You know, he's got this beard going on. He's got it well groomed, and we're going to find a little bit more out about this beard going on. So in the meantime, why don't you give us your name, how old you are, where you go to school, and what position you play.
My name is Jack, and I'm 9 years old, and I go to Hendricks Elementary, and the position I play is usually left or right field.
Okay, so we want to use our outside voices down
Okay.
here. Especially you, because there's probably a lot of girls out there like, man, I want to go out with that guy. He's got a beard. You know, so we want to use our outside voices like Bill's using. Okay. All right. So next, go ahead and sit up so we can all see you, so all the people can see you. Okay. So what's your name?
Nolan.
And where do you go to school?
Centennial.
And how old are you?
6.
And what position do you play?
First.
First base. All right. Nice. Okay. So
I'm Ray.
outside voice.
I'm
Hi,
Ray.
Ray. Hi. How are you doing?
I go to Richardson Elementary. I'm 12 years old, and I play catcher.
All right. Great. A catcher.
I'm Ava. I'm 11 years old, and I go to Hendricks Elementary, and I'm a catcher.
Cool. All right.
I'm Janessa. I'm 10 years old. I go to Richardson Elementary, and I usually play pitcher.
All right.
My name's Andrea. I go to Richardson School, and I usually play shortstop.
First base?
Shortstop.
Shortstop. Ooh, you probably got a cannon for an arm, don't you? I bet. All right. And who are you?
I'm 5 years old.
You're 5 years old? Are you the manager? Are you the cheerleader? All right, so let me ask you this, and we'll start with this way, and we'll go around this way, okay? So, how old were you when you started playing softball or baseball?
5.
5 years old, okay.
I was 4. I think.
4, okay.
I was 7.
Okay.
I was 5.
You're 5, okay.
I was 6.
How old?
6.
6, okay.
I was 5.
Okay, all right. So all started out pretty young, but that's good. That's good because the younger you start, by the time you're 10, 11, 12 years old, you guys are going to be dynamite. And when you get into high school, all the high schools are going to want you because you've been playing so long. You're like a veteran player. So let me ask you this. What type of grooming products do you use on that beard?
I don't know.
I mean, do you use mousse, or you just put a comb through it, or
Mousse?
Yeah. What's the deal here?
I usually put mousse. I usually put mousse and comb it.
Mousse and comb it. All right. So there you go. So all you kids that are like 8, 9 years old that have full beards, just mousse and comb it, and you're straight. You're ready to go out on the town, right?
Yeah.
Straight. All right. Nice. Okay. So let me ask you this, and we'll start with you. Do you play other sports? And if you do, what sports are they?
Well, this fall I'm gonna play basketball.
Okay.
And at school I usually play basketball and football.
Basketball, football, and baseball, right? Mm-hmm. All right. That's the sports that I play.
I didn't play anything except for baseball.
Okay, then. There's nothing wrong with that.
Sometimes I play basketball and football.
Basketball and football? Okay.
I play baseball and softball.
Baseball and softball, all right.
I didn't do anything else except a little bit of gymnastics, and that's
Gymnastics and softball and probably modeling, right?
I only did gymnastics and softball.
Gymnastics and softball. Well, you know what? I'm going to talk to you two about gymnastics because gymnastics is a very hard sport. And you have to take a lot of balance. You have to be able to flip around. It's not the easiest sports. It's not something that guys can do for the most part. But gymnastics can take you into a whole nother world when you get up into college because you can be a gymnast in college, but you can also be a cheerleader. If you go to the McHale Center and watch the U of A cheerleaders, they're doing backflips and all kinds of stuff and getting put up on, being held up, in the air, and their balance is great. So gymnastics can open up a lot of opportunities for you later on when you get older. So yeah, keep up with the gymnastics. That's pretty good. So let me ask you this. Do you like softball or gymnastics better?
Softball.
And why is that?
Because I don't know.
Softball's more fun?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
softball's more fun.
Okay.
And
That's good enough. And what about you? Which sports do you like the best?
Softball.
Softball, why?
It's more active. Like,
Gymnastics?
well, I don't know. It's
Okay.
better.
There's no wrong answers. What about you, Hotshot? Baseball and softball, what do you like better?
I like softball better because all the boys just
All the
make
boys,
stupid
all the boys
jokes.
are watching you?
Yeah, they just make stupid jokes.
And it's probably, I would imagine it's probably a little easier hitting a yellow ball this big than a white ball that big. What about you?
I like baseball more because I don't know why it's fun.
Okay.
I like baseball more because it's really fun.
You like getting dirty?
Yeah.
All right, that's the name of the game. Remember, parents out there, Sparkle Cleaners, they'll pick up the dirty uniforms and drop them right back off to you in a day or two. So definitely check that out. If you, parents, if you're here and you want to talk to me after the show, I think I've got some 40% coupons off for Sparkle Cleaners.
I like baseball better because I think it's like more fun than basketball or baseball.
Well, it's probably,
football.
you know, unless you're like James Harden, it's probably hard to play basketball with a beard, right? All right. So let me ask you this. So this is the whole show here, so I don't have to change up. I got to spend 45 minutes with you guys. So let me ask you this. You guys obviously play softball, baseball, but you also play other sports. So who is your favorite athlete? It can be in any sport, whether it's college or pro or your older brother or sister. Who's your favorite athlete?
My favorite athlete is JJ Matajevic. He used to be an Arizona college player,
Played
but
for the Wildcats.
yeah, but he moved up.
Yeah, well, he's playing in the pros now. That's
He's-
how well he moved.
Yeah,
up.
he's gonna play for the Houston Astros.
Yep. And Houston's a very, very good baseball organization. Who's your favorite athlete, honey?
My favorite athlete is Freddie Freeman.
Is who?
Freddie Freeman,
All right. That's
because he
good.
is on the Braves.
Okay.
My favorite athlete is Paul Goldschmidt.
Okay. Good deal.
My favorite athlete is Cody Deason. He plays on the
Who?
Cody Deason.
Okay.
He plays on the Wildcats.
Okay.
My favorite athlete is Jenny Finch.
I knew you were going to say Jenny Finch, and you went to Jenny Finch's camp, didn't you? That's right.
My favorite athlete is Jessie Harper.
Jessie Harper. Jessie Harper is a great shortstop, and she crushes the ball. I think she's leading the Wildcats in home runs, and she's up at the top in the whole nation in home runs. Just to give you a quick side note, University of Arizona this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's their last home stand of the season, and Sunday will be senior day. So they're playing the number 2 Washington Huskies. So Arizona's highly ranked. Washington is ranked higher. So get on out to the new Rita Hillenbrand Stadium. It's a great place to watch a game. The whole new construction gives it a whole different atmosphere. It's wonderful. I will be there Sunday. Troy Hutchison will be there Friday and Saturday. Definitely check it out. It's Arizona and Washington heading into the NCAA playoffs for the regionals and super regionals. Do you have a favorite athlete? Not yet? Okay. Well, that'll come. All right. So let's talk a little bit about school. Sports is fun, right? We all agree that sports is fun. But in order to play sports, you got to get good grades, right? Everybody agree with that? Okay. But getting good grades is not the reason to play sports. Okay? Getting good grades is to teach you how to become a very successful young person going into being a very successful adult. Okay, so I'm going to ask you this question. What's your favorite subject in school? And what's the subject that you maybe need a little bit of work on?
My favorite subject is science, and I think I need to work a little bit more on math.
Okay, science is your best one, and you need a little bit of work on math. So, are you going to be a scientist when you grow up?
No, I actually want to be a fashion designer.
A fashion designer. Okay, all right.
My favorite subject is math,
Okay.
and I need more work on reading.
On reading. Okay. So you need to help her with math. So make a play date, get some homework out, you know, and definitely help each other out. That's another nice thing about sports is if I can help you on something that you're not that you need help on and I'm good at, I'm going to help you. If you're going to help me on something that I need work on, you help me. That's the nice thing about sports, and it carries over into schoolwork. So if you're good in math and maybe your friend's not good at math, help her out. Okay?
My favorite subject is social studies, and I need help on writing.
Help on what?
Writing.
Writing? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
My favorite subject is math, and I need to work on math.
Okay.
My favorite subject is science, and I need to work on writing.
All right.
My favorite subject is science, and a subject I need help on is math.
Science and math. Okay. So, with this full-on beard and stuff going on, are you going to be like a lumberjack, or where are you going to go? What are you going to be when you grow up? After you're done playing Major League Baseball.
Probably a lumberjack.
A lumberjack? Okay. Okay, so I think since we don't have to change up groups. I've got you for the whole time. We'll throw a funny question in now, and then we'll wait later on the show and throw another couple of them in. Okay. All right. Would you rather be a dragon, or own a dragon, or slay a dragon? We'll start with you.
I'd rather be a dragon.
Rather be a dragon? Why? Because you can breathe fire?
Yeah,
Okay.
that.
All right.
Oh, and never mind. I'd rather be a dragon.
Okay, why?
I don't know, because
It's cool.
better. Yeah.
You're a dragon.
I'd rather own a dragon so I could fly around on it.
There you go. And when you're 16, you don't need a car because you have a dragon, right?
Yeah.
All right. That'll save your parents some money.
I would rather own a dragon. So
Rather own a
then,
dragon? Why
then
that?
when I lose my homework, I could just tell my teacher my dragon ate it.
Okay.
I would rather be a dragon because I could fly.
Okay, that's a good thing.
I'd rather be a dragon because I could cook my food faster and I could fly around.
You can cook your food faster. That's good. Plus, like I said, if you're a dragon, nobody's going to mess with you, right? But if you own a dragon, can you imagine when you get to high school? Riding your dragon into Flowing Wells High School, and there's a student parking section. You're like, you need to move your car. My dragon's going to be here, right? Right? So nobody said you'd rather slay a dragon. So we all agree that we like dragons, right? We don't want to slay them, right? Okay. All right. This is fun, isn't it? Are you having fun? Yeah. Okay. Are you having fun? You want another funny question, or should we have a serious question?
Serious.
Serious question. Okay. Okay. So, what do you want to accomplish playing for Flowing Wells Little League? Now, I'll give you some choices, okay? Do you want to learn the fundamentals and become a better player? Do you want to go out on the field with your friends and have fun every game? Or do you want to win the championship?
I want to win the championship.
Okay. Because there's not a lot of guys with beards that have championships, right? Okay. You don't have to go in order. Whoever wants to go.
I'd rather learn how to be a better
That's
player.
a good answer. That's a good answer.
I also would rather learn how to
Learn the fundamentals and how to play the game. That's a good answer.
I would rather learn the fundamentals.
Fundamentals, yep.
I would rather win a championship.
Win a championship? Okay.
I would rather win a championship.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Okay, so to win a championship, what do you think you need? You need good fundamentals, right? So if you learn the fundamentals and listen to your coaches and listen to your parents, that way they're going to put you in position to win a championship. If you do what they say about ground balls, keeping your weight down, keeping your hands down on a ground ball, or on a fly ball, taking that step back and getting the angle on it so it doesn't go over your head but it doesn't fall in front of you. They teaching you stuff like that, right? Base running, don't take off on a fly ball unless there's 2 outs because you might be able to go back and tag. You can go halfway, right? We all know about halfway. Okay, so you can go halfway, but you don't want to start running around the bases and the guy catches it and he throws it back to first base and it's a double play. So those are the fundamentals that you guys need to learn. That's very good. But when you do learn the fundamentals, a benefit of learning the fundamentals is what? Winning, right? All right. So, let me ask you this. You want me a funny question? Okay. If you could be any superhero, who would you be? Let me come back to you? Okay. I thought you were going to say Wonder Woman or something.
Yeah, I think Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman?
Yeah, Wonder Woman.
Okay. What about you?
I'd be the Flash.
The Flash because he's fast?
Yeah.
Okay, good answer.
I would be Thor.
I couldn't hear you.
Thor.
Okay, Thor.
I would be Black Panther.
Black Panther, that's a good one. David Adams would love you.
I'd rather be the Flash because I'm faster than Ava.
Okay, all right. Well, let me ask you this then. If you could be any animal in the world, whether it's an animal that flies, one that's on the land, or one that's in the ocean or lakes, what would you be?
I'd be a lemur.
A lemur? Okay. Do they have beards? No? Okay.
I would be a dolphin.
A dolphin? That's a good choice.
A dolphin.
Okay. And dolphins are smart, and sharks don't even mess with them.
I'd be a house cat.
A house cat. Okay, so you want the easy life, right?
Yeah.
All right. Nothing wrong with that.
I would be a shark.
What?
A shark.
A shark? Okay.
I would be a cheetah.
A cheetah. Because they're fast?
They're the fastest.
They are the fastest. They are the fastest. Okay. So, what do you think of, do we all, I mean, even though some people play softball, let's just talk strictly baseball now. You go to a major league baseball stadium, whether it's up in Phoenix for the Diamondbacks or where I'm from in San Diego, or up to Dodger Stadium, or maybe take a trip back east to go to Wrigley Field. What do you think the neatest thing about being in a baseball stadium and being able to watch major leaguers? Is it the game itself? Is it the great food that you can have? Or is it just being kind of fun being around that big a crowd?
I think it's better because it's a lot, it's more fun, nicer place.
Okay. Anybody else?
I just like watching the game is
Watching
funner
the game, because
than-
they're the best.
Yeah, I just like watching the games.
You do? Are you a popcorn person, or do you like the hot dogs? Or see, in San Diego, you can get fish tacos. That's the only stadium I think that I know that you can get fish tacos. But we're kind of crazy in San Diego.
I think it's watching people that are more experienced than you.
And learning. Watching.
Yeah, and learning.
That's a great answer. That's the answer I was looking for, actually. That's a great answer.
Eating the snacks.
I couldn't hear you, honey.
Eating the snacks.
Eating the snacks. What's your favorite snack at the ballpark?
Hot dogs.
Hot dog. All right.
Watching the game.
Watching the game and watching the guys you look up to?
Yeah, watching the people
Yeah,
that.
they're great because they're major leaguers.
Watching like the best people at the game play.
Sure, yeah. Go ahead.
I've been to a Padre game.
Yeah, the Padres are actually good this year, so we'll
Yeah.
see what happens. So, okay, so let me ask you this: you guys are kids, you all like to eat, right? I mean, when I was your age, I could eat till the time I got up till the time I went to bed. So that's why I'm so big like this. So, anyways, so you're right. You don't. None of you drive. Well, you might. You got a beard, but none of you guys drive. So you're in your car with your parents now. Obviously, to make a car run, what do you need to make a car run? Gas, right? Okay, so when you're low on gas, what do? You go to the gas station, right? Okay, so whether it's Circle K or QT or Quick Mart or 7-Eleven, what's your favorite gas station food and drink? Personally, me, I like QT.
Yeah, QT.
What do you get there?
Some chips and Gatorade probably.
What kind of chips do you get? Do you get like hot ones that burn your mouth?
I get hot chips.
Not a girl right here. All right. And what kind of Gatorade? What color?
Red.
Red is good. I like red Gatorade.
I like QT.
Can't argue with you there.
I get the sunflower seeds,
Sunflower seeds, okay.
and then I get the lemon Gatorade, the yellow one.
A lemon Gatorade? Okay, so you wanted to be a dolphin, but you like sunflower seeds, so I'm thinking you should have been a bird, right?
I'd go to QT and
Okay.
get Zingers and Coke.
Snickers and Coke. You
No,
can't go wrong with
Zingers. I would go to QT and get their white cherry slushy.
Okay.
I would go to Circle K and get Gatorade and Sun Chips.
Sun chips, those are good. What did you get to drink, honey? I didn't hear you.
Gatorade.
What color?
Blue.
Blue, okay. Mr. Man.
I go to 7-Eleven and get Takis and Dr. Pepper.
7-Eleven, wow. I thought we had a clean sweep on QT. What's up with Mr. Beard going to 7-Eleven? That's all right, brother. You're my pal. Okay. I kind of had a serious question, so we're just making funny questions?
Yeah.
You want another serious one?
No.
Let's see what time it is.
No,
Okay, so we got about 5 minutes to go.
What?
All right. Serious question. It'll be an easy one. And I think I kind of asked a little bit earlier. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a military police.
Military police. Okay, you're probably gonna have to shave that beard off because I don't think they let you have beards, especially that long.
I want to be a professional baseball player or an engineer.
Okay, so after you get done playing pro sports, what do you want to do?
Engineer.
Take the mic back.
An engineer.
Engineer. Okay, good deal. That's a good job. What about you, honey?
Robot maker.
A what?
A robot maker.
A robot maker. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever had that. So you're going to probably be good at science and math, right? Okay.
After I finish playing sports, I want to be a pitching coach, a softball pitching coach.
Softball pitching coach. That's good. That way you get to stay with the game that you love, and you get to teach kids like your age and even older on how to play the game. Once again, what? Fundamentals, right?
I'm gonna be a fashion designer.
Fashion designer.
After I finish with sports.
After you finish, this is way after you finish with sports. After you make your millions in sports, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'd be a softball player and.
Okay, so after you've done playing sports, so what do you want to do?
I'd want to be an architect.
Car tech?
No, architect.
I think I say a car tech. I think they call those mechanics. Architect. That's good. That's good. What about you, sweetheart? What do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah, please.
What? A police. Okay. I better watch out. I better not speed, huh? Because you'll give me a ticket. All right. So we got about 5 minutes left to go. I'm going to ask you one more funny question. We'll give you a chance to shout out, and then we'll finish up with the show. Okay? Have you guys all had fun today?
Yeah.
All right. And all your friends are watching. You told them to watch you. Okay. So you know the neat thing about this is after we are done with the show, we publish it. So you can go on the 520 Sports Talk Facebook page, and you can go home and watch yourself. Another neat thing is, does everybody here have a smart TV at home? All smart TVs have what? They have a Facebook application, right? So you can go on your smart TV, bring up your Facebook, go to 520 Sports Talk, and you can watch yourself on a great big screen on TV. And then you can call your friend, you're like, look how big my head is. All right? All right, funny question. There's a zombie apocalypse. You guys know what zombies are, right? They're like monsters that eat people. Okay. Zombie apocalypse. You can bring one other person with you to help you stay alive. Who would that be? And it could be anybody. It could be The Rock or John Cena or your mom or...
My dad.
Your dad, okay. Do you have a beard too? No, okay. You got all the hair in the family? Okay.
I'd bring my dad too.
Okay, Dad's a good answer.
Bring my sister.
What about you, hon?
My mom and my dad.
Your mom and your dad. Okay, I'll give you that.
I'll bring my friend Andrew.
Who?
My friend Andrew.
Your friend? Okay. He's pretty tough.
I'll bring my mom and my dad.
Okay, so now how is your mom going to help you with against the zombies? Is she going to throw like a burger at them so they eat that instead of you, or what?
I don't know.
Because you don't want the zombies to get your mom. So how would your mom help you against the zombies? She's back there cooking a sandwich, and she's throwing it at them so they don't eat you, right?
Yeah.
All right.
My parents.
Your parents? Okay. All right. Okay, so we all agreed that we had fun here, right? I'm going to get with you later on, get some grooming tips. Maybe I can get a cool beard like that. All right, we appreciate you guys watching out there in internet land. We've had the Flowing Wells softball and baseball players on here from Flowing Wells Little League. Make sure if you're in the Flowing Wells area, and even if you're not in the Flowing Wells area, go out to the parks. What park do they play at again? Flowing Wells Park, okay, right off of Curtis Avenue. And you can check out the Stars of America and the Stars of the Future right there locally in Tucson. So we're going to give you a chance to shout out. Now, did you know that this show, you can see this show anywhere in the world, which means the United States and anywhere else. We had a girl from Empire whose dad was in the military, and he got to watch her from an island called Guam. It's way out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So if you got friends or family in Phoenix or LA or Dallas or Chicago or even in Tucson, here's your chance to shout out and say hi to them.
I want to say hi to my aunt in Texarkana.
Your aunt where?
In Texarkana.
Texarkana, all right. And that's like right on the border of Texas and Arkansas. That's why they call it Texarkana. Yeah, I've been through there. It's a neat town.
I want to say hi to my aunt and uncle in San Diego.
San Diego. What part of San Diego do they live in?
I don't
Buena
know.
Vista or
I don't know.
Pacific Beach or just in San Diego?
Just I don't
San Diego's
know.
the best city in the whole world.
I want to give a shout out to my tia and my tío in San Diego.
San Diego? Okay. Remember, don't forget Nana, okay? Because if you forget Nana, you know what happens? You know what a chancla is?
Yeah.
You're going to get that zipping right by your ear. And I'll tell you what. All the best quarterbacks in the NFL don't have a better arm than Nana with that chancla. Ask your parents, they'll tell you. Okay, go ahead.
I would shout out my dad in Idaho.
All right.
I want to do a shout out to my aunt in Texas.
Terrific. And what, we have one more, right?
I want to say hi to my mom and my groupie in Tucson.
Okay, great. All right. Did you have another one? You better say hi to Nana. you shout out to Nana? Say hi, Nana. All right. Okay, so just remember this week we also have a show on Thursday. We're going to be at Zona 78, which is a great Italian restaurant right across the street from Udall Park on East Tanque Verde Road. We're going to have the Tucson Heat 10 and under softball team. Have you guys ever heard of the Tucson Heat? They're another softball team, but they play on the east side of town. We're going to have them at Zona 78. Remember, Zona's got that wood fire, that stone fire pizza. They got those crazy milkshakes that used to be at Stray Dogs with the churros and the Rice Krispie treats and the M&Ms all over the glasses. So definitely check it out if you're in the area. Stop by. David Adams will be there. I'll be there. And we're going to have a great show with the Tucson Heat 10U Club on Thursday. That will start. The show will start once again at 7 o'clock. But get out there about 6 o'clock and enjoy some great food from Zona 78. So did everybody have a great time?
Yeah.
All right. I want to thank you guys for being on my show. It's an honor for me to have you, okay? I'm old and I already did sports. I'm too old for sports now. But I like watching kids play sports. And, let me give you a little bit of advice. The most important thing about playing sports is not winning or losing. It's having fun. Because if you don't have fun, there's no reason to play sports. Do we all agree with that? You're not going to play a sport you don't like. I don't like golf, so I'm not going to play golf.
Yeah.
Okay? I respect the guys that play golf because it's a very difficult sport. But personally, I don't care for it, so I'm not going to play it. So you baseball players, you softball players, kids at home, basketball, football players, make sure you play the sport that you love for the right reason. Play it because it's fun. You'll learn a lot of fundamentals. You'll learn a lot of life lessons, and you'll get to hang around some great kids your own age that also like the same sports that you do. So we want to thank you very much for joining us today. And we had a great show. Remember Thursday at Zona 78. This is Bill McCullough, 520 Sports Talk, Tucson Sports with a little twist. 1, 2, 3. It's a wrap.